Oh, shit.
We're in.
Oh, shit.
What? Welcome to SKIDS PODCAST. I am Shane Kopke. I am here with Tim Gage. And the other guy.
That's me. I'm
Kevin
the other
McNichols.
guy.
Who's a disappointment to his family.
Our disappointment to everything.
He's a
that
disappointment
I've
to
ever known.
fucking accents.
Yeah. Accents.
Kevin,
Shit.
you're like a plane crash.
I'm a plane crash. I am. I'm like Delta Airlines.
He's not getting it. He's not very good at this. Do you know what that means?
Good morning.
When I say something that leads into a subject.
Oh, he's Canadian?
Good morning.
You're like a plane crash, you dipshit.
Oh.
Because he's Canadian?
Because he's retarded.
Oh.
Speaking of which, we kicked their fucking asses.
Retarded.
Hockey?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, 3-1.
Fucking
I
laid
watched.
him out, dude.
Dude, 9 seconds in, and there was already 3 fucking fights. Both Kachuk
Well,
boys.
yeah, did you see the street talk beforehand?
Yeah.
All the Canadians were just lacing into us, dude.
Well,
it was like, fuck America.
You got to remember, the
Oh,
Kachucks.
it's just because they're not ready to be a
The
51st state.
The Kachucks, like right after
It's
the
true.
opening ceremonies of the Four Nations face-off, the Kachuk boys were like, "Yeah, we don't take kindly to this whole fucking booing the U.S. national anthem." And then, so of course, when they played Canada, they're like, "Yeah, first we're fighting immediately."
Yeah.
And
You don't do that.
Yeah, both Kachucks got in a fight, and then I can't remember who the other one was that got in the fight from the U.S. God damn it! But one of the Kachucks got hurt from it,
A
so he didn't
Kachuk?
play the last one.
Yeah, it's a player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brothers, I think.
Their brothers, their father was Keith Kachuk, who is a Hall of Fame, I believe, Hall of Fame player.
Huh.
And he spawned 2 guys that are now also in the NHL.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
like,
Crazy what fucking does.
yeah.
It's amazing what coming inside someone does.
Yeah. You
true.
create more of you. More
Yeah.
yous.
Wow.
Times 2.
Times 2
Yeah.
for you.
But that was well earned. I think they did a fantastic job.
Dude.
And I don't follow hockey at all, but
Did you watch
looks
the
like
fights?
a lot of Americans starting to follow hockey now just because of that.
Well, I think
Well, it's
this,
because we're going to own Canada soon. So
this year
you know.
was actually really smart for the NHL. What they did is instead of having like the All-Star game and shit, they had a 2-week break where you do the 4 nations. And they left Russia out on purpose, obviously.
Yeah.
You know. But Sweden, Finland, the U.S., and Canada. And the U.S., by the end of Game 2, had already made it to the finals. And they're, each team played as each other once. So their last game didn't matter at all. And Canada's did, because Canada got beat 3-1 by the U.S. Canada's big downfall is going to be in goal. They've got Jordan Bennington and Aiden Hill. I can't remember the third goaltender. But we've got Connor Hellebuck, who's just came off of winning the Vezina, which is for the best, or is it not the Vezina? Which one is it? I think it's Vezina. Yeah, Vezina, for the best goaltender in the league. And he's having another Vezina year performance. And in the Four Nations tournament so far, he's at like 972 save percentage, while Bennington's at like a 890 something. So 89% versus 97%. It's huge.
Yeah.
Neat.
Shouldn't have fucking said anything about hockey, you dumb cunt.
Neat.
Just
So plane
America,
crashes.
yeah.
So plane crashes.
Toronto.
And when this comes out, the game shall be on, or probably over by the time this comes out. You put it out around 8:30.
Yeah, just
while I'm asleep.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice text message at 9 or 10 o'clock at night when I'm falling asleep.
When I'm already fucking deep
I
in
think it's an
disease.
emergency. It's like, oh, it's just Kevin sending us
I'm
bullshit.
like, oh shit,
Yeah,
another
yeah.
family member died,
Just
which I had
things.
this week already.
Oh, no, I'm sorry to hear it.
Just sending you your guys' digital goodie bag, and that's all.
I didn't know her that well. I heard she'd had cancer. Like,
Well, then I don't fucking care.
yeah, I know. I heard she had. That's probably how it happened, Tim.
What the hell? Who
No,
are we
I
talking
had one of my cousins died this week. She had cancer.
That sucks.
Well, it was weird.
I tried that, Kevin. It didn't.
She was a cousin that we didn't really know until I was like 15.
Oh.
It was weird. Like, she just showed up.
It's a kissing cousin.
We were like, what the fuck? Where'd this person come
Well,
from?
I mean,
Speaking of which,
as you do.
How's Bobby Glue Eyes? You hear from him recently or no?
I have not.
All right. I see they cleared out his camp again.
He hadn't tried moving into your fucking front yard again?
No,
I
has
figured
not
he'd
been
probably
back.
be knocking at your door since they cleared that camp out again.
Honestly, we were kind of expecting him to show up at some point, but he hasn't.
It would be fucking hilarious if we found out that he's been living in your backyard this entire time and you just
He's
know.
been
Under
living
a wood
like a
pile or
hole.
something like that.
Yeah.
With some pallets back there.
He's
You're
been
like-
living under the compost
Taking
pile.
care of the kittens.
You're like, somebody's got to do something with this pile of leaves. It's just where Bobby's been living for
It's
months.
so warm under
Yeah.
here, guys.
He's built himself a fucking leaf igloo, a leaf glue to go with his
They're
glue
pretty.
ice.
You got to hand it to those homeless people. They're
Resourceful.
resourceful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
they're the
can be.
inspiration for Mad Max and everything that you see in
I saw
crazy fucking apocalypse
A
movies.
dozer taking down one of their camps from the bottom of an underpass. A video
Good.
of that. And it was struggling to get this thing fucking unlodged from underneath because this guy had it built.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know how there's those
Well, there's no
little...
code.
Yeah, well, yeah, true. And,
didn't
I
have
mean,
to-
and you've seen like some of the ones that they've got in California that like straight up looks like he said, like Mad Max, kind of like a shack or
Yeah, it's
something.
got 3
you know?
bedrooms, 2
Yeah,
baths.
they got like a moat and fucking fence around it and
Yeah.
everything. You know,
It's
I'm
nuts,
sorry,
dude.
I'm just imagining like a homeless home inspector that's going around. It's like, whoa, you don't have enough beer bottles.
sucking dick every one of them.
You don't have enough bottle caps in this corner.
Yeah.
This thing's not sturdy.
I don't see enough used condoms over here. Where's the needles at anyway? Where do you keep
Yeah,
the needles
I'm
around
sorry.
here?
This isn't up to code. You need at least 3 needles at your
I don't
entrance.
see a crack whore passed out anywhere. Well, this is just unacceptable.
there's no burning trash barrel. What is
Sir,
wrong with
your
you,
pants
sir?
are on. They're not used as a window
Yeah,
covering.
where's your burns? Do you not have any burns on your skin? What the hell are you doing?
How come you're not scratching scabs? That's also part of this code inspection.
You've been sober for 6 hours.
Let's fix that.
We're gonna have to take you to jail, sir.
We're going to have to fix that with this wall that you've made of crack cocaine.
It is absurd. But again, I can't see how the government, well, I don't want to say the government allows it, but these camps
They
come
do.
back.
They do.
come back, and then they get
Yeah.
wiped out. They come back, and they get wiped out. I mean, that one that's nearby the Union Hall, that one's just, they cleared it out again.
So what
It's
it
like
is-
every month they're clearing
Yeah,
it
that's
out.
the thing. They'll clear them out, and then literally after the cleanup crew and the cops leave, they start building back
Yeah,
up
and that's
again.
our tax dollars being used
Well-
every fucking time.
So I did cleanup crew one time,
Yeah.
and so we stopped somewhere, and they're like, "Yeah, you guys can just hang out." They were gonna go look for stuff. We all think that they just went out to smoke weed,
Yeah.
but they were out looking for homeless people because back then they actually gave a shit,
Yeah.
and they would clear people out of just living in the woods. Right?
Oh, yeah. When I was doing landscaping, we got a
Well, you were doing that a lot, weren't you?
we got a contract with Camus to clean out homeless camps that they had chased everyone out of.
Yeah.
And dude, oh
Kevin
my
thought
God.
they were homo camps, so he was like, "Oh fuck
Dude,
yeah!"
Pants
These
are down and
places
everything's
were-
like, oh, right.
Kevin just went in ass first.
I never got what I wanted from it.
Wait a minute.
Except for
Tetanus.
I was gonna say tetanus from all the needles. Which holy fuck, there was a lot of needles
Oh, yeah.
just laying
I
around.
doubt it,
Oh,
dude.
There was
They're
one.
getting them for free.
Yeah,
Of course there's going to be
there
a ton
was
of them.
one that was literally in this wooded area that there was like a swamp nearby, and there was like just tons of fucking dirty diapers, just like hundreds of them,
Oh, God.
just strewn about.
Adult diapers or kid diapers?
I think they were they look kid
Oh,
diapers.
no.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So they had a kid there with them,
Maybe.
and just
Or maybe not.
or maybe it was just a small person with that wore diapers. I don't know.
Maybe they just used those to shit in.
They maybe
'Cause
used
that
them
might
to
have
shit
just
it.
been easier.
That could have been it too.
Well,
But yeah, they were
getting
just
the diapers for free.
dude. They were just drilling those things into
Well,
the woods, man.
Remember, we also had a time when, you could go in and steal a lot more than you used to be able to, and they couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like every city was kind of doing that. Every left-leaning city was going,
Yeah.
yeah, just
Over $900 is not our problem.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a certain amount. Yeah,
So they were like, no, we're not even gonna. You can't even call us. We won't even show up.
Yep.
Type of thing.
that's
So
why a lot
that's
of
my guess.
a lot of places left places like San Francisco and stuff. 'cause
Portland.
They
There were a lot that
Portland
left
too.
Portland.
Yeah, because they just could not keep fucking shit on the shelves.
Right.
Cops wouldn't come to do anything about it.
That's disgusting. Why would you fuck shit on a shelf?
They
Well,
couldn't keep fucking shit on the shelf.
It was.
They were able to do it before, but now
Yeah.
they can't.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just can't keep it anymore.
They can't
Well,
continue to
the law
fuck
against
stuff.
it now for some reason.
After a while, you get chafed.
Isn't it weird though that there's sometimes things that you would think would have been illegal right off the bat, but aren't illegal, and
Yeah.
then they become illegal because of things,
because
like Mr.
too many
Hands,
people do it.
like
Yeah.
Mr. Hands. You know
Yeah.
who Mr. Hands
Ruined it
is.
for everyone.
They always do.
It's weird that in Washington, you apparently before him could have fucked a horse.
Yes.
And it wasn't illegal.
Yes. Apparently.
Which is crazy.
That's
You'd think
the
that
guy
would have
that-
just been like, we don't have to write that down, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's,
Well, I think
that
they
doesn't have
just
to be-
assumed most people wouldn't be dumb enough to do it, but
Yeah.
well, Mr. Hands was not the kind of guy they were expecting.
No, and his friends weren't the kind of friends that he was expecting. They just dropped him off.
Exactly.
Like, he's bleeding out internally. A horse.
We don't
fucked
know
him.
how it happened.
Yeah, no idea.
We're not sure.
He just started bleeding
we
everywhere.
found him in the stables.
Brother,
He's not in stable condition anymore. Yeah. All right. Anyway, get to this plane.
So
shit.
anyway, plane crash. There's been a lot of plane crashes lately. Everybody heard about the one with the Black Hawk helicopter crashed into the other plane.
if you were actually funny, you would have brought up the Twin Towers.
Well, that was so long ago, though. That
It
wasn't
doesn't
recently.
matter. Do you know how funny that would have been to play in the bottom and would be like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
Oh yeah. Well, whatever. Anyway,
Just hit the second tower.
That would have been so fucking funny.
so this is one of the newer ones, though.
Too soon. Too soon.
This is
Too soon.
maybe no, not
Just
really.
show him dying.
Anyway, so this is this one happened in Canada. I think yesterday, day before.
Yeah, I think it was
it
yesterday.
says it on there. It's
Yeah.
called February 17th.
Oh yeah, so yesterday.
That'd be
Yeah.
2 days ago, but
Yeah, 'cause today's
who's
what?
counting?
Today's the
19th?
18th.
It's the 19th, but I'm just
Is it
looking
the
at the
19th?
That's 1/9, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
And the day it comes out is the 20th, so it's like
so
3 days.
this was on President's Day where it went down.
Yeah.
And they're blaming Trump for
Boom.
it, by the way.
Yeah, even
it
though
was
it
on President's
has
Day.
literally
and in
nothing
Canada.
to do with it.
He's responsible for all the plane crashes.
He's responsible for anything bad, apparently.
That's a big plane.
It's a big
Yeah.
fireball.
That's a lot of jet fuel.
Well, yeah, it's stored in the wings.
Surprisingly, nobody died.
That one?
Yeah, no one died in that.
Really?
2 people injured, 1 person critically, but everyone's still alive.
I heard the whole crew were ladies.
Yeah, they were trying to blame DEI for a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, there was ice on the runway. It fucking slid out.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm sure that the meals were good on the plane, but
Oh, that's a problem. It was a Mitsubishi.
that's not a problem.
Well, because they don't make good planes. Everyone knows that.
I don't think is that a thing that is knowledge
I just
for
made that
people?
up.
Well, I mean, they were landing on nothing but ice.
Yeah.
That could have been a problem. I like how you
21
picked the
injured.
one fucking video that sucks.
What's wrong with this picture?
It just sucks. It would have been better to just see the video of it.
Well,
Instead
we-
of this
we've
suspenseful
seen-
bullshit?
Yeah. I hate it when they add music like that.
Well, yeah,
and
you,
shit.
I mean, you didn't have like
Or the
3
laugh
days to
track
look
that I
that
can't
up.
fucking stand.
Yeah,
Oh, the one from fucking what is that movie? It's
It doesn't
Zach
matter. It
Galifianakis.
sucks.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Fucking hate
It
that.
ruins
shit
those
too.
videos. Some of them could be pretty funny if they didn't have that fucking stupid laugh track.
Do you know why they do that? Because then it's theirs.
Oh, by using a
Clip
frequently
from a movie.
used sound.
No, by using something other than the original sound behind it, because somebody can claim copyright on the
Oh,
original
I got
video.
you.
And if you put in a different sound, they can go, "No, this is my original video."
I got you.
Yeah.
It's a way
But
to
yeah,
argue
it's
it.
kind of it's bullshit. They're blaming Trump for all these plane wrecks because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
It has nothing to do with them.
I mean, he's been piloting all of them, but still.
Every single one, yeah.
but it has something to do with the towers and all that, and the people talking through the
Well,
towers and
so what
because
is-
he's firing everybody.
Well,
and-
he's firing like the people that they had like blind and deaf and like mentally handicapped fucking people working in some of these positions.
I mean, we have one on the show.
Well, yeah, but
I'm not blind.
You're retarded, though.
Yeah, I'm not denying that, but I'm
Yeah.
not blind.
I mean, you have the physique.
I'm smart.
You have the physique of most of them that I remember from.
Oh, those
high
extra
school.
chromosome guys.
Yeah.
I don't have the power though.
No.
I don't have that strength.
I've seen you waddle.
Yeah.
And it's
But
it's not impressive.
But they're people are fucking freaking out. They're like losing their shit. I've seen some
well, yeah,
crazy
I mean, there's a lot of
freakouts
planes
over
that are crashing. I get the freak.
Well, that's
Well, no,
because
it's not just about
but the
that.
blame
Popular
I don't
news.
get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People are freaking out. They're all blaming Donald Trump and his administration. It's like, dude, you know that there are pilots that fly these things, and there's
Kinda.
a lot of people that are involved in this. It's not just the president that
my theory.
I like
on
how you
it
do that because there was
is-
the helicopter also.
My
Good
theory
job,
on it
Kevin.
is because it's a hot button and it's going to be making more clicks. So they're trying to find plane wrecks.
I
I think
don't-
they're just as common as they were a year, 2 years ago.
No, they're not because every plane crash goes into the fucking news. Everyone.
Yeah, I don't. Not
Every
nearly
single
as
one.
No.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
they
sorry.
do.
They
and the
all
thing
go
is,
into the news, and almost every single plane crash goes
National news cycle.
Yes.
No, I doubt that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes,
when
yes.
was
I
the
think
one
it
before
depends.
before the one that had the Black Hawk?
Yeah.
What was the one before that?
I don't know. Probably.
No, don't look it up.
Years ago. I don't know.
Because we've had like I think 36.
Here'd be
so
another
far
funny
this-
time for you to pull up
We've
9/11.
had like 36
Fucking cocksucker.
plane wrecks so far this year,
Okay.
but they all make national news. Is what you're saying?
Virtually all the commercial planes.
All
Yes.
right, so we're virtually now.
Yeah, I would say.
We'll eventually get to not as many as you'd. But
we're seeing as many or more than we would normally see.
Because that's what
Not
I just
because
said.
of the news cycle. I
Yes,
don't
it
think
is,
it's because of the news
it's
cycle
more
at all.
popular because that one with the Black Hawk and the other one was such a big deal because it was one DC and two it was a huge mistake and that got a lot of attention.
No, because a lot of fucking people died on it. That's usually when you see them most of the time.
Well, that's
and
what
then
I'm
when you
saying.
see the other ones,
So
you'll see
because that happened, all news agencies are like, we need to get more plane wreck stuff because it's getting a lot of attention.
No, because
It's a hot
the next
button.
one that happened was an explosion in the fucking cabin from an O2 fucking tank that was improper or something on the plane.
The one that-
and blew up and killed everyone on that fucking
The one
plane.
that I think is the most recent that I can remember was the guy that tried to pull the emergency handle that was high on LSD or shrooms or something like
Oh,
that.
I remember that one.
Yeah, but that wasn't even
Yeah.
a wreck.
Yeah. Well, that's the most recent one I can
But
remember plane
yeah,
related.
he like freaked out.
Yeah. And then the window blowing or the door blowing off the one in Portland.
Yeah, that one happened too.
But again, I think plane wrecks are happening a lot more than we know, and because they're such a popular news title or news event, it's going to be broadcast a bit more.
Well, and
And news agencies are actually like, hey, we need more about plane accidents. So let's broaden our search and see if we can't get some more hits that way.
Well, and also, because there's been, the Trump administration made a big deal about the whole DEI hires and all that. So a lot of these like media corporations are trying to like twist that and try to make it sound.
Well, of
like,
course. I mean, look what they're trying to do to Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're trying to burn him at the stake. He was their hero.
Absolutely. And now they fucking hate him because,
last year there were 17 plane crashes, none of which looked like they were in the U.S. So that's why we didn't hear about any of them. None of them.
All right.
Not one in the U.S. that I'm seeing yet.
Let's check your.
London, Singapore, Australia, Canada. The Canada one maybe we should have heard of, but yeah, none of these are U.S.
But yeah, so since
My
Elon,
bad. One January 5th, the one out of Portland. That one was the plug on the door.
That was
the
this
last
January?
That was last January.
Last
That was
January,
the
okay.
last
That
one
sounds right.
that we had in the U.S.
That was reported.
They're all reported.
they're all
Every
reported.
single one is reported.
the what is it? The FAA,
FAA, the
they always-
NTSB,
yeah,
all of that shit
they
gets
always
reported
have
to
that
it.
stuff.
What about the one that
reported.
lost the tire?
What are you
That
talking
happened.
about?
That happened right after the Portland one. Where was that at?
The lost a tire.
Yeah, it was. I think it was in L.A.
I don't know that they count that as a crash though. It's a blowout of a tire.
No, it actually fell off.
Okay, did they land it? Did it crash
Yeah,
land,
I think
or did it
was.
land?
Yeah, it was while it was taking off.
Oh, it was still
Yeah.
still on the ground then.
I think
okay.
that's what it
Oh,
was.
And then they probably just turned it around.
Yeah,
That's not gonna-
I think that's what.
That's
that
not
went
going to
down.
get reported into the statistics.
Yeah, I don't think that would be considered the same kind of.
The one where they lost cabin pressure because the door the door flew off. That one that will count,
Yeah.
even though that's not a technical crash. But yeah, there was literally one in the U.S. last year.
Yeah.
One, the whole year. So
Now we've had
I
what,
think
four
we've had
this year.
4 this year, and then the one in Canada. So
Yeah.
5. But
Yeah.
you know,
Okay,
the
well-
Canada. Now you might be right on the Canada one because I don't remember them reporting the Canada one anywhere in the U.S. But I think that they added that one in. But
See,
they always
I've
report
got,
all of them.
I've got
Yeah.
93 is what I'm seeing.
Well, that might also be considering small single engine. They don't usually get those. Don't usually get reported at all.
Yeah.
unless there's deaths.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that the ones that get reported the most that we hear about
They're
are usually
commercial,
the commercial,
which is what I
airliners.
said
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
I said commercial planes.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
all get
87
reported everywhere.
87 aviation accidents in the year 2024. as compared to 2025.
My guess is the smaller aircraft.
We're talking fatal air
Are the
crashes
ones that
is
get in
13.
the crashes
Fatal
the
air
most.
crashes is 13.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think that the crashes are any worse than they were ever. Or I think that the crashes this year are definitely worse because we're only 2 months in and we have 5 major ones.
True, but
Or 4 major ones in the US.
We may go the rest of the year with none.
And then if you don't count
so in addition to the one in D.C., there have been 3 other fatal crashes that have taken place in short succession. Can you name them?
What, this year?
Yep.
3 other crashes.
Since D.C.
Since
Fatal
DC?
crashes.
The one that happened in Arizona, I think today.
Well, January
Yeah.
31st in Philadelphia, 7 people on a small plane transporting a sick child were killed.
Yeah, that was the one that exploded.
It was
and
a
then
medical aircraft crashed into a neighborhood.
Yeah. That it literally crashed.
Oh,
It crashed like a block and a half away from a comedian that I listened
yes,
to a podcast.
I
In February
saw a
6th in
video of
Alaska,
that.
10 people traveling from Unalakleet did not survive a small plane crash. That was a Cessna.
That one I
208B.
don't think even got reported.
I didn't hear about
February
No.
10th in Scottsdale, Arizona, 1 person died and 4 were injured after 2 private jets collided, and that was the 10th
Yeah.
in Arizona. And February 19th in Marana, Arizona, 2 people died after 2 small planes collided.
Yeah,
near
that was
a
today.
regional airport.
The one I didn't hear
So
about
the-
was
yeah,
the
So we've
one
had
in Alaska.
4 planes collide in Arizona within 10 days of each other, basically.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is there's more than normal for this. I mean, this is a high pace.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
your theory earlier that they're just getting reported more is crazy.
Well, obviously they're not, because I didn't know anything about these ones.
I didn't
Yeah,
know about
yeah.
the Alaskan
Yeah.
one. The rest of them I knew about. The Alaskan
Yeah.
one I didn't hear about.
So even if they were fatal crashes or not, some weren't getting reported. So what makes them more important than what is it, the size of the plane aircraft then?
Well, generally,
I
I
think what
think
you
it's the
said about
amount of deaths.
commercial, being
Yeah.
commercial
and
the
it being
amount of deaths,
commercial
yeah.
versus
So it'd be
private.
actually like ran by the FAA, or if it's a private.
Well, they're all
thing.
ran by the FAA.
Yeah.
like a
Everything
private
is.
a private
But
plane
private
as opposed
versus
to a commercial.
Commercial,
plane.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the
so
masses.
a commercial crash that has fatalities is going to be
Yeah.
on the news,
more often than the other stuff, yes.
rather than
or at least nationally.
Yeah,
Right,
and the,
right.
And the reason being is because people get on fucking commercial planes more often than private planes.
That's
just
true.
why.
And that's what
That's why.
everyone buys tickets for those.
You know,
the rich
and-
people get those private ones.
And there is one aspect that I will give you that's true on your side is that they want the carnage no matter what on the news,
True.
right? That's always
good
going to be
to
true.
Sensationalism.
Because
If
the
it bleeds, it leads.
Well, that's the thing. The news has been reporting, crime and deaths and all this shit, and it's been going downhill on that aspect since the 70s. We've actually been getting better at that over these years.
Oh, not downhill. It's getting worse.
No, it's getting better. The
it's
murder rate,
declining.
the murder rates declined over the last 50 years. The robbery rates, all that shit. Now it spiked during COVID, but that's because people had nothing to do.
Yeah, and it.
Well, there was also the whole Floyd,
Yeah.
riots and all that
That
shit.
was part of it.
So-
and then on top of it, allowing things to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, but
They're
so
like, oh, we're not going to do anything.
yeah.
Chaz is a thing now.
So basically, right now it's around, or at least during the Biden administration or the last year or so, it was around the because I saw this newscast where they were talking about it, and there was
spit it out,
Shut up.
Kevin.
and there was
Today, Junior.
and they said that the levels had gone back
Can
to
you put your
like
fucking hand down?
right before COVID.
How high did it go, Kevin? Did it
Yeah.
reach up to the sky over there? Show
Right
me.
over there. No,
A little
fuck
bit,
Was
a
it
little bit
super
straighter
high?
on that arm too.
Here, can you bring your hair over a little bit more
no.
and
About-
flatter?
about
Little
how
flat-
high did it go?
It's gonna wait.
How high?
You want to
did
do
it
that
go?
again? I thought your shoulders didn't let you do that.
It doesn't. That's why it was off camera.
Uh-huh.
Got away with it, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Tim, I've got news for you. I've had a camera over there that's just been fucking going for weeks and months.
No.
Oh, no.
We're gonna
It's
get
gonna get
canceled, you
edited
guys.
in.
Hopefully
Our
you
two
didn't do
followers are
anything
gonna
torrid
stop.
in here.
What's that? Well,
Uh-oh.
nah. I'm pretty sure that.
If I put a black light on this table, I'm going to be fucking pissed, aren't I?
No.
Yeah, we're touching it with our hands.
You disgusting cunt.
No, I don't do
You
anything on this
pig.
table. This table is off limits.
Sacred.
Everything else, no holds barred.
It's black light just everywhere. The ceiling.
It's like
the
a Jackson
fucking-
Pollock video in here.
Which version did you
Image.
say? Did you say no holes or holds?
Holds.
Okay.
Isn't that how
You
it's
got-
code?
Yes,
No
but you could have also
holds
said no holes
barred.
too,
Yeah.
because that
No
would have been
holes
that would have been
barred.
a play on words.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it would
That's
have been
what-
like
that's with the president company involved.
it would have been multi-layered.
So Elon has been getting a lot of flack from
Indeed he
crazy fucking people.
I've seen a lot of people going, he needs to be put to death.
Oh,
And I'm
oh,
like,
yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. I've heard, put him in prison,
deport
put him to
him.
death, deport him. Yeah, it's like he's a citizen.
Like, what's he doing wrong?
Because now people are pissed because the narrative in the media is that he's going to get our Social Security numbers.
Yeah, that
'Cause,
he's going to get our.
He needs more money or something.
We talked about it on the show last
the
week.
thing is,
No,
though, he
I don't think so,
he
that part.
owned and ran PayPal for years, which he could have, if he wanted people's.
I think he said that too. He's like, if I
information, he
wanted
coulda
your
had
info, I
that.
could have had it already.
Yeah.
I probably already do.
Well, here's the thing. It's like
The logic makes no
people are
sense.
pissed off that he's going to get it, but it's like, dude, you give it to your credit card company, your bank, your fucking job, your medical, everything. Everything.
Well, not only that, but how many people has he found? Over a couple million people that don't even exist? That are like over the age of 120?
I don't know if
There
it
was
was
a couple that were in the,
Did we talk about
I don't
that
know if
last
it was
week?
millions, but it was
kind of.
there
Pulling
was-
Social Security checks?
There was a couple of people that were in like the 329.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
heard it had
years.
something like they stacked up what the potential numbers were per year. It was like upwards of $1 trillion a year.
But the problem
paid out to people that are above the age of 120.
the problem that
Yeah.
I've heard with it, and I don't know because I don't know how the system works, is that because the system's actually ran on COBOL, if you don't put in the correct fucking information at the first time, it defaults to 150 years old, to 1880 something. It defaults to that, right? I don't know why, because I don't know how the system works.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And if it does that, it would put everybody that is in that bracket at 150. But for the people that are 300 and something years old, that doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? So my guess is that some of it they'll find is just errors. That's going to happen.
For sure.
But then there's going to be some of it that you're going to find that you're going to be like, yeah, this guy's a vampire. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
You know,
And
this
obviously
guy's
that
been living for fucking 700 years.
But
Doesn't
who
make
knows
sense.
where that money is actually going to?
Well,
in those situations.
also
Well, I
the-
think that's why a lot of people are upset about it, because they're going to lose that cash cow. I mean, Maxine Waters has said so herself on a podium. She's like, we don't know what they have on us. When she
Yeah.
was did you hear her
Yeah.
slip up about that?
I heard her say that.
That was fucking wild, dude. She was bitching and moaning about Elon doing whatever he was doing with the fucking school.
Well, that's because
And he
our
went up a
Congress-
podium later and said, we can't have him doing this. We don't know what he has on us.
Well, it's because a
It's
lot
because
of
our
these
Congress is
people
completely corrupt.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
these people are so corrupt that it's that's why they're making such a big freak out about all of this, is because they know that they're going through all the records, they're going through everything, and they're gonna find shit.
Think about it this way: if you go into a job and your job pays you $180,000, and by the time you fucking leave that job,
You're a
you're
millionaire?
worth $25 million.
Yeah.
Something's going fucking.
That's what
very
he's trying to
wrong.
pull. He's putting Pelosi on the stand, or he's trying
Pelosi
to.
is fucking.
And the other
she's
gal,
obvious.
the gal that's like $200,000 a year, and she's already got she's worth like $12 million.
Well,
right now.
okay, so that chick.
What's her name?
So she was worth $6 million before getting the job, right?
What was her name?
I don't remember her name, but she worked for the Biden administration.
Well, and with
Yeah.
Pelosi, it's just lots of insider trading. We know that.
But her husband's doing it, so it's not her.
Oh, of
so it's
course,
okay.
Of course. But she's on all those committees and
Well,
fucking,
exactly. She knows she's on
boards.
all the insider information she
Exactly.
can possibly get, and it's legal technically for them to do that.
Newsom.
Which is the other thing.
Was it
No,
Newsom?
not Newsom. The person that I'm talking about was this chick. She was worth $6 million before working for some government agency. By the
Yeah.
time she got out of the government agency, she was worth $30 million, and that was in a 2-year span.
Yeah.
2 years to
Pretty
take
nuts.
net worth from $6 million. Now, if you went and bet on fucking black and just won a bunch, like 2 times in a row,
She would have
you're-
done
you're
good
there.
if it was during
You're there.
the whole riot thing. She would have done great if she bet on black.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh wait.
So we've got a lot. There's a lot of these
Oh,
protests.
whoops.
So there's a lot of this hate with Elon.
Wrong
There's
button.
a lot of protests that were going on. And one of this is just a quick video of
This
one
was on
of
President's Day.
these. This is on President's Day. Yeah.
Fascists, you need to come join us, because it is only when all the decent people from all the different groups, Trump fans,
Is that guy Nazi saluting?
I think he is. Well, yeah, the thing is, they call these.
Shut up! I'm trying to hear this.
I thought it was important to be here on President's Day
Protect
to demonstrate for what America stands for. American values are not
Pause
the
it really quick,
values
can you?
of the
Just really quick.
plutocracy or the.
One thing I've noticed: all white, all wearing masks.
Yes. Because they're all fucking retards.
Yeah, left, white, masks.
These people have been.
At Boston, which is what, a blue state is? Massachusetts is a blue state.
Yeah, it's blue city.
I mean, Boston.
So they're
Yeah.
complaining to to their Democratic leaders.
I got to tell you, Boston's like one of the most racist places in the country.
Well, having said that, though, I mean, I think it's hilarious that
Mark
apparently
Wahlberg beat up an Asian dude there.
COVID is still a thing there.
Yeah.
That's one thing, and they're complaining to their leaders that are also complaining about the same thing.
And the thing is,
they're all quadruple vaxxed and they have 85 boosters.
Yes. Well, and also
they're fine. They're doing fine.
Her trans son.
And every one of these people,
whatever that is,
they're all calling Trump and Elon Musk fascists and everything, and they're saying fascism's taking over America. It's except for the Democrats were literally doing fascistic things while they were in office.
Right.
They were censoring people.
Right.
What?
Fascistic?
Fascistic is a word.
That's not going to do. Finish your.
But they were literally silencing their. They were going after their political enemies. I mean, look what they did with the lawfare with Trump and others.
Right.
They were silencing critics. They were having Facebook and Twitter and other groups shut down.
And USAID was paying all the fucking media.
USAID was paying all the media, like Politico and all these other ones. It's like, but they have the gall to call these guys fascist when really they've been more transparent than any administration I've seen in a very long time.
Well, that's their go-to. It's fascism and racism.
And Nazism.
Yeah.
Nazis, yeah.
Remember, Yuri Bezmenov
absolutely
said that you'll get to a point where you'll show people facts and it doesn't matter anymore. And that's happened. It's completely and it's happened on both sides.
Yeah.
It's happened on both sides. You can show facts to a Republican that
sure
that doesn't believe it. I mean, now we have the ability to
Trump
actually
raped
find
a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, and
that's
people
the
that
story.
follow Trump, exactly. You don't believe that you don't believe he did, do you?
I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
I would like to see the fucking.
I don't
like the actual.
The picture
evidence.
of him with his penis inside another woman when she's telling him to stop.
I don't.
She's got to be going like
that's
this.
the proof you need.
I
huh?
certainly
and
don't
have like an explanation point coming out saying
Yeah.
no.
I definitely don't
I mean.
believe that crazy woman that was like on TV and she got that payout and everything. And she was like telling Rachel Maddow, "Hey, let's go on a trip. I'll pay for it. I just got a whole bunch of money for this." Ha ha!
I don't know. I don't watch Rachel Maddow.
Oh, I saw a segment from.
It was a court. He went to court, and it was confirmed that he did rape this person.
Well, that's not.
By who?
That's not technically
Where did
how
that
it happened. It
See,
was.
you
If
guys
you're
are
talking about the same one I'm thinking
both
of,
sides,
it was a
No,
civil
I'm just
suit.
asking
I'm pulling it up
because a civil suit's not the same thing as a fucking criminal charge.
And
because remember, OJ's innocent, but not in the civil court.
right.
It's probably got it wiped. It's already been wiped from the internet.
See?
I can't even.
Yeah,
Google
I
it.
forget what her name was. But she was a lunatic.
Carroll.
Yeah, she was a lunatic.
what was
Like
her
if you
name?
saw her in interviews, she's a fucking Looney
That's
Tunes.
what I'm saying. You guys.
Like-
You're just basically saying the same thing that we're bitching about.
No,
Well, I
No.
mean, I'm just saying,
I'm
based
saying
on
some-
what I
Yeah.
I'm
understand
saying
of
something
it.
different than Kevin. Kevin's saying she's a lunatic. I don't care about that. Civil court is not the same thing as criminal court.
Well,
in
he's
civil
right,
court,
yeah.
you can
Eugene Carroll.
That's it. Yeah.
In civil
she's
court-
the nutcase.
in civil court, you don't have to actually prove beyond a reasonable doubt.
That's right.
Any jury can just be like, yeah, sure.
And see,
that's it.
And that's the thing about her claim is that a lot about her claims did not make sense.
The verdict was split.
Like she was saying, like the dress she wore that she was wearing that day when he supposedly
It was actually
raped her.
Monica Lewinsky's.
No, it's
Oh.
that it hadn't been released.
Look.
That didn't get released for like until 2 years later, and she was saying she was wearing that day when he raped her. Also, she said that he raped her in a Bloomingdale's or something dressing room, but Bloomingdale's was locked that day when she says that it happened. There's like all these little things that just don't match up to what.
I mean, I'm
her
sure they'd
story and
open
what
it
she
up for
said.
Trump.
Well, I don't
Kevin,
know.
you're not
I mean,
thinking
look,
outside the box.
I'm just saying, like, why would Trump rape a woman in a Bloomingdale's when he could just take her up to one of his hotel rooms or something like that?
Because this is dirty. Why would someone like Bill Cosby put things in people's drinks when he could just probably get any chick he wanted?
Well, obviously he was into
He's got
that.
a lot of them.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got a lot of allegations. Again, someone with money usually does.
Yeah,
Sure.
And that's the thing. It's hard. I want to see evidence based stuff
Now, if they can
before
prove
I
it,
can say that somebody did something.
yeah, if they can prove it with
it's a district
evidence,
court in New York.
then that's
Well, yeah,
it, you know.
New
But
York's been taking any case against him though.
yeah, see, that's
In fact, they turned 34
Yeah, but for him
non-felonies.
to pay her out $5 million
Yeah.
to do away with it.
There's a lot of people,
no,
dude.
that was the civil suit that
You got to remember,
lost
there's a
'cause
lot of people that would actually pay that because it's a lot cheaper than actually taking it all the way to the end.
If you didn't do it,
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
lot of people that do that.
There's grifters in this country that know that companies and
so
wealthy
why is he even a
individuals.
profitable person? Why is he even president?
What?
Why?
Because he's got billions. 5 million is nothing.
Why wouldn't everybody just go after him for money then?
People
Because
do.
not everybody's a complete piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah. But
So I'm not
people
saying
do.
this person's a piece of shit. I don't know.
I
But what-
remember a time when I went to Bloomingdale's and he had his thumb in my bum.
Okay,
Do
well
I
then
get 5 million?
You
Go
was
and
checking your oil.
Yeah. And I kept saying no.
File a case.
I
You
said
can,
no.
you can file a case against anybody you want.
Yeah.
They may throw it out, but you could do it.
Well, what makes her case so valid as compared to people? I mean,
Because
you
somebody
guys
took
said
it
to
up.
yourself, she's crazy.
Someone
I
picked-
don't.
someone
I
took it
didn't
up,
say
yeah.
that. Again,
No,
I'm
said
not
that
saying what
she
he's saying.
seemed crazy.
All
in
I'm
any
sa-
interview that I'd seen her in, she seemed like she was kind of
And
had some loose screws.
And what I was saying is, there's a difference between civil court and actual criminal court.
Okay.
There's a huge difference between those two. Because in civil court, you can sue for anything, and all it takes is yeah, I kind of believe it, and here you go.
Right. And then
You
what
know.
happened with White Bronco?
Yeah, I mentioned OJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened with OJ.
Yeah.
So he won the fucking
Federal case.
I don't know
the
state
murder case.
the
yeah,
murder
the-
case.
the-
So he won the
Yeah.
case in California to keep his freedom, but then got sued later in civil court. And civil court, they said, yeah, we think he did it.
Yeah.
So here you go. Or at least he was partially
For
responsible.
compensation. It's
Yeah.
compensate the
yeah.
other party.
It
rather
was
than
it was
person serving
the
time.
it was the family.
So
of,
civil cases require money payouts and other
Generally speaking, money payouts or property.
Yeah.
But there's never really any jail time with those, is there?
No.
No,
Not
it's-
not unless you do something stupid
Yeah.
I
inside the
gotcha.
court.
But the civil
I
case
gotcha.
for OJ, it was the Goldman family, the guy that was murdered.
Yes. Ron
Ron Goldman. Yeah, it was his family that had sued.
Gotcha.
OJ.
And they won the rights to his book. So
yeah,
and
the If I Did It or whatever.
so
book.
what they did, which was clever, the If I Did It was the title.
Uh-huh.
They put if really, really, really small to where you couldn't read it.
Oh man.
And it
They-
just
I
says
did it.
I did
they
it.
can sell it. It'd sell a lot better.
Well,
than that,
I don't
sure.
know if you've seen some of the interviews that OJ did where he was recalling from the book
Yeah.
what he was like, well, but then he was like, would get lost in it and just like start just recalling everything, and then he'd be like, yeah, I mean that's how I would do it if I did it. I'm not even joking. It's fucking wild to
Yeah.
watch those interviews. You're like,
Well,
oh, you just did it. You're
and,
the one that did this.
There's this new documentary that came out, and they go through the case and the court hearing and all that stuff, and they show all the evidence that there was. There was so much fucking evidence to convict him,
The
and
problem with
but
that,
his
though,
lawyers spun it so well.
not just that. The problem too with it was that DNA evidence was so new
Yes,
back then because
Yes.
it was in the early 90s.
Yeah.
DNA evidence was so new that people couldn't grasp what
Yeah.
the numbers
The
meant.
the jury could not grasp it.
No,
when
they
the
couldn't.
experts came
They're
up
like,
there.
so there's
Yeah.
a possibility someone else did it. Yeah, it's a 1 in 8 billion chance.
Yeah, yeah.
There's 6 billion people in the world right
Yeah.
now.
It's like, yeah.
So no, there's no possibility.
yeah.
But yes, there is a. I mean, it's possible.
Like, he literally left a blood trail all the way back to his house.
Yeah,
it was
there
like
was blood in
fucking
the
everywhere.
fucking.
Yeah, but there's
in his
Bronco.
Bronco. It was. I mean, this guy, he did not hide it well at all.
No, because he went into a
And-
rage when he saw
yeah.
another man with his
Yeah.
ex.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Even though the
Well,
guy was
that
just
goes back
returning
to
her
the-
glasses.
but God damn it, he won a Heisman Trophy.
Back to the
Yeah.
point we were saying, though,
He was
both
Nordberg.
sides won't believe what the other side presents.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Trump could do no wrong to the Trump supporters. It's like he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, for the most part, I think that's
Yeah.
true.
And the
I
same
think
applies
that's
for us,
true, too.
the blue and
Yes.
Kamala Harris
But I think it's
and Biden, for that matter.
I think it's
right.
worse now than it ever has been because you don't
Yeah.
you have
It definitely
so many
is.
ways to actually find the actual evidence now versus a long time
Well,
ago when all you had was the media and then word of mouth.
The reason I bring it up is because of all the exposure of all of the mismanagement of our funds and at how
Well, some people don't believe that at all.
well
Yeah.
that's just it.
Some people still believe that USAID was an aid organization.
Yeah.
No,
well,
they
not
just
only not
named
only
it
just
that.
USAID, but for what was Social Security and all
Yeah.
that, all these things that Trump's looking into with the aid of Doge and finding all this mismanagement
Yeah.
of money, which is a good thing.
Yeah. But
If you
because it's
ask anybody-
Trump, there's people that are just
Exactly.
like, well, everything he says is a lie.
This
so
is
this
bullshit.
Isn't true.
Trump's
yeah.
that they can't appreciate it because Trump's behind it.
Well, yeah.
And so they find ways to spin it, say, no, this is what's really going on.
Yeah.
And so they
Well,
get
there's also people that
that
don't
division.
believe that there's really any fraud in any of this stuff. It's like we just send our taxes. The government does good things. There's people that believe the government's good.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, I mean, it's been apparent with what we're seeing
Me
now.
too.
I mean, what's being...
Yeah, but I've never believed the
The
government.
idea
was
of that
good.
amount of money getting sent to Ukraine when we've got a national disaster here,
Yeah.
that was
We're
frustrating.
like, here you go, $300, build a new house.
Yeah, make sure you pay it back at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That was
It'll just
bullshit,
be a tax
dude.
deduction type thing.
Right. But then Ukraine's getting, what, $6 billion in a matter of months? For
I think
what?
It was $40 billion.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I think it was even more than
No,
that.
but I think $40 billion was like one of the numbers.
Oh yeah,
of
yeah,
one
yeah,
of the
absolutely.
shipments.
I think all I heard today, actually, they talked about it. They were saying it was like all time, like we sent at least $100 billion,
That's
and
ridiculous,
then
man.
Europe sent quite a lot of money too.
Well, that's the frustrating part. That's what I'm saying is, how could you believe that there isn't mismanagement when stuff like that's happening?
Yeah.
When there's literal money laundering going on. You know what I mean? With the war, we said so before, so many episodes before this, where they were saying,
I don't know.
where we were saying how war gives politicians a means to launder money. You know
yeah.
what I mean? That's what's happening with the Ukrainian thing. right?
Absolutely.
And now that Trump stepped in and had that private meeting with the leader of Russia and excluded Europe and
Putin, yeah.
Are
he
these-
just-
do you feel
him and
like
Putin
these
sat
are
down and worked
unfair
some shit out.
questions?
Yeah.
And Europe and Ukraine are pissed. It's like, well, we want to be in on those discussions as well. We're
Yeah.
not settling for anything comes out until we're involved.
Well, and the thing is, and like what Trump's team has said is that this first meeting was just really just opening a line of communication with Russia,
Right.
And they're not actually making any plans
Well,
yet.
people are now
Well,
saying that
yeah,
it's a
but
secret
even
meeting, and
if
it's
they
like it's
were-
been
Yeah.
fucking nationally televised.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing secret about it. And
Yeah.
and the Trump
It's a
team has
backdoor
also
deal.
said that Ukraine's going to be involved, but they're basically just trying to set things up with Russia. Be like, hey, let's get this going. Let's get the
we don't want this to
communication
escalate
going.
any
Let's
further.
yeah.
Let's, you
Well,
know.
I've seen so many people saying, "Oh, we're now going into World War III." It's like because he's trying to broker peace.
Yeah, and that's
No.
what he's always tried to do.
Yeah.
And he said that since the start. In fact, during his last administration, we didn't get in any new wars.
Nope.
In fact, we
He was
even
pulling us out.
in fact in Syria when he bombed the fucking airfield, he called the Russians and Syrians and said, "Hey, take your people out. We're going to bomb the shit out of it."
Yeah.
yeah,
And then we bombed the shit out of it.
FYI, he sent a text message.
yeah.
Yeah. But talking about missing money and shit,
and
this
a
is
special little
this
face.
is from actually a while ago. John Stewart talking to the deputy,
Oh,
the
I've seen
defense
this.
deputy
Yeah, this is
secretary
good.
on
He
budget.
makes some very good points here that are.
I was going to say,
And she's very like,
well, she's like an audit is different than a.
Yeah, she's
than
very
fraud.
like smug and okay.
But John makes some
She knew
great
what she
fucking
was getting
points.
into sitting in front of him.
Yeah, here we go.
And I don't think John Stewart would
It's
be
6
against
minutes,
this
folks,
shit.
but it's really good.
It's
if
worth
you haven't
somebody
already seen
within
or
a
heard this.
department of that size and scope.
I
Do you
think
feel
you-
that
I
that it's
think you're-
somewhat
I think you
unfair?
have a particular thing you really want to talk about, and you're asking me other questions. But I don't think it's unfair to ask me about the audit. It's absolutely the case that the United
Right.
States military should be able to pass an audit, and we've got to be on that
And they
pathway
did
to
not.
get there.
No, they didn't.
But don't you think that that does speak to the larger point that we're trying to get at, which is good journalism uncovers corruption? And
Okay, I mean, good journalism does uncover corruption,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure these two things are linked. An audit
oh,
is not.
but they are.
Okay, so you need to explain to me, do you understand what an audit does and the degree to which it is linked to the question that you're
Very
asking?
condescending.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Okay, go
but
ahead. Give me
I don't
your-
mind, I
give
don't-
me- give
I
me
don't
your
mind learning.
explanation.
No, I don't mind learning. So what I would suggest is that
slap her.
the audit that they have
You're so-
in the military doesn't
good.
really look at whether or not there's efficacy. It's just whether they got delivered the thing that they ordered. And they are
That is any audit. That is any audit. That is true.
But generally, those audits aren't $400 billion for Raytheon and $1.7 trillion for a plane that doesn't seem to be doing. Like, there is a lot of waste, fraud, and
F-35.
abuse within a system.
Audits and
that
waste,
is-
fraud, and abuse are not the same thing. So let's decompose
Then
these
please
pieces for a
educate me
moment.
on
Sure.
what
So an
the
audit is
difference is.
exactly what you just described,
Yes.
which is, do I know what was delivered to which place?
Right.
The ability to pass an audit or the fact that the DoD has not passed an audit is not suggestive of waste, fraud, and abuse. That is completely false right there. So
So what is
now
it
is a question of, it's suggestive that we don't have an accurate inventory that we can pull up of what we have where.
That's a problem.
That is not the same as saying we can't do that because waste, fraud, and abuse has occurred.
So in my world,
it's not their money.
Yeah.
That's waste.
How is that waste?
If I give you $1 billion and you can't tell me what happened to it, that to me is wasteful. That means you are not responsible. But if you can't tell me where it went, then what am I supposed to think? And when there has been reporting, I mean, this is not, look, I'm not saying this is on you and that you caused
to make that
this,
clear, too.
but I think it's a tough argument to
I'm pretty
make
sure I didn't cause it.
an $850 billion budget to an organization that can't pass an audit and tell you where that money went, like, I think most people would consider that somewhere in the realm of waste, fraud, or abuse, because they would wonder why that money isn't well accounted for. And especially when they see food insecurity on military bases, and they see...
You want to talk about that? Because that's a good strategy.
No, we're not changing the subject.
I'm trying to understand where you're trying to go,
Nice
other
try,
than the
ma'am.
dollars, which really bother you.
I think it doesn't really bother me. I think
everybody.
it's all connected.
Okay.
I think
tell
when
me,
I
tell
look...
me that story.
And the dollars bother me.
Tell me how you're thinking about that.
When I
We're
see
wasting money.
a State Department
so
get
fucking condescending.
a certain amount of money and a military budget be 10 times that, and I see a struggle within government to get people like more basic services, and then that department that got that, I mean, we got out of 20 years of war and the Pentagon got a $50 billion raise. Like, that's shocking to me. Now, I may not understand exactly the ins and outs and the incredible magic of an audit, but I'm a human being who lives on the earth and can't figure out how $850 billion to a department means that the rank and file still have to be on food stamps. Like, to me, that's fucking corruption. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And if that blows your mind,
It's the same shit.
Yeah,
we're
we don't
talking
need, this
about.
is this is about.
like,
He covered what we
that's
needed
like
to
a
do. I
crazy
think we're good
agenda
here.
for me to have. I really think
Because
that's
he
institutional.
made a very
thinking.
valid point
And
about
that
the whole
it's
thing
not-
with this. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's basically touching on what we were talking
Yeah.
about with the money going to places that we don't. I mean, first off, they've lost money in Ukraine. Like they've sent money there. It's the same thing that happened in Afghanistan.
Yes.
Afghanistan, we sent, I think, a pallet of fucking money, of actual cash, $2 billion, disappeared.
Gone. Yeah.
Disappeared.
And in Ukraine, we
They couldn't
know
find it.
We know that people in the Ukrainian government has literally just pocketed a lot of this money.
And that's the other thing that's a problem. It's one of the reasons why, like the USAID conversation that we had, when we were talking about it, it's even deeper than what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Because USAID was created by Kennedy.
Yes.
Right? It was created by Kennedy, and originally it was USAID, not USAID.
Right.
They changed it because they wanted a better look on it.
Absolutely.
And they wanted a better look on it so that the people would be like, oh, yeah, no, this is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really a front for the CIA.
Yes.
Right? So the CIA answers directly to the president, right? They have to do what everything has to get presidential signatures on it for the CIA to take out any action that they want to do, right? USAID doesn't.
Yeah.
So the CIA can funnel money through there to do other things that, I don't know, let's say that the president is like against something, or they want to do something that makes the
I
president.
really don't want to buy condoms
Like,
for Hamas.
Yeah.
Or maybe the president, they want to do something that makes the president look bad.
Yeah. Or they want to fund a coup in some country, and the president doesn't want to do that coup.
Yeah.
But they want to do it for whatever
And they're able
reason.
to do that.
Yeah. They also
no, we did
they
that
fund
whole video.
activist groups. They
We
fund
did, but it's not the same.
Yeah, they fund
There's more.
activist
There's way
groups
more.
that are used to like cause havoc and discord in different countries and stuff, or to
Soccer hooligans.
well, you know,
That
hey,
might even
why
be
not?
part of it.
That very
Sons
well
of
could be.
bitches.
And but they also use USAID to
They were
do
funding rappers.
they do rappers that would do propaganda for
Yeah.
the government for the United States.
Yeah, it's amazing what it has gone towards.
So
and
much stuff.
it's exposed, and it's being stopped, isn't it, or is it just being exposed?
Well,
Because I haven't heard anything about
they
any
froze.
of it stopping it.
Well, they did.
They froze
freeze
the program. I
They
think.
froze the program, so there's no money going out at the moment. But
Which he needs a restructure. Look, I'm not
That's why
against
they're going
us
through
fucking
it.
doing covert actions in other countries.
No, I'm not
Not
either.
against that.
I'm not either. It just depends
But
on what
they've
those
also-
actions are.
Well, they've
you
also
know?
done things where they believe that they've actually propped up like musicians here in the U.S. in order to fucking say certain things. Like,
Yes.
Like there was
Well,
speculation that maybe like I don't know, the people that were doing the get out the vote, which were all left leaning,
Yeah.
were actually paid for by USAID.
Yeah, there was a
Well-
couple celebrities
Oh,
as well.
I was
Yeah.
going to say we know that, like, for instance, Angelina Jolie, Sean Penn, and other people were paid by USAID to go over to Ukraine to
Yeah.
give Zelensky more
Photo ops.
Yeah, photo ops and make him look good.
Yep.
To the Ukrainians.
Couple million each.
Yeah,
Five
well,
to 10 million each.
Angelina Jolie got 20 million.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, she is pretty hot.
I'm not denying that, but 20 million to go stand next to a guy for a photo?
Yeah.
She's pretty hot.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
It kind of makes sense.
I think they also went there
So
to
when I-
like.
Did she see all of that
go on
20
tour
million
and
thing?
It's the
stuff
one
like
I'm
that,
for.
You know.
It was probably tax free.
I'll bet a lot of her publicists got a lot of that. I mean,
Oh, well, I'm
her
sure.
team probably got a
Well,
big
yeah,
chunk
I'm
from
sure.
Yeah.
You think the State Department calls her direct? Like
Hey,
she's got-
Angela?
she's got the red phone.
Angelina?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Can you
No,
dress
I'm sure
up in
there's-
your
They probably
Can
can
you
call
dress
them
up in your
directly.
Tomb Raider
I'm
outfit and go over and say hi? You know, slap Zelensky on the ass.
Go out there and
check your bank
pretend to shoot some
statements.
Russians.
Yeah, but you know this is the kind of stuff it does, and it's really shisty. It's
Well,
you
I mean,
know, it's
what's-
very snaky.
What's beneficial and what isn't? Who's to decide that?
Well, I think anytime you're doing anything here in the U.S., that should never be done. We should never be doing propaganda to our own citizens.
I agree.
Not at least not sanctioned propaganda.
I mean, that could be argumented both ways, can it?
Why? That propaganda is okay?
Depending on what who it benefits, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's never been.
Well-
I think it benefits. It doesn't benefit the U.S. if you're doing propaganda in the
Which
U.S.
side of the U.S.?
There
All
was,
of it.
Well,
I
there,
think it benefits none of us.
so. There
Yeah.
was a time when it was actually illegal
Yes.
to do that, and
Before
then,
Obama.
Before Obama,
2011.
actually, and I forget what the actual thing
I
is.
don't remember.
But they actually did did a bill or something like that, and
The
they
propaganda was okay in the
that
US.
It was okay to propagandize the United States populace,
Hmm.
and so I mean,
Right around the time we shot Bin Laden.
yeah,
It's 2011.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
and I mean,
It's a good time to
if
hide that one while that's in the
And I mean, things did really start ramping up when it came to like media.
Wasn't there a time that people started to? Well, Bin Laden had a good idea. When a lot of
Yeah.
That was recent,
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot
that
of
could have been
Americans were
that
like,
could have been funded.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could have been funded and put out on like TikTok and all these things.
Very
it was
well
it was
said.
going through TikTok.
Now,
That's their fucking machine. That's why it's back up and running.
Well, and also
And a little different too, I might add.
Well, we
TikTok's
also
a little bit
we
different
also know
now.
China was
I was
using
going to say
TikTok for a
China
lot.
could easily do that too
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
China likes to propaganda. Like, look,
Yeah.
China's doing what I don't have a problem with us doing in other countries.
Yeah.
They're doing that to us. I want them to not do that here. That would be
Of course,
great.
Yeah.
That's why it would be nice if
We're so impressionable, you know?
Well, have you looked at anybody? Yeah, they're impressionable, Tim.
I get it.
You know,
The blue hairs
no.
all around us.
The blueies.
I mean, look, Leah Thomas is the best swimmer in the world as a woman.
Yes, he really is.
yes. Don't you dare misgender her.
They are.
Even though what was it? Riley Gaines was completely against that.
Yes.
Dude,
Yes.
that boxer person didn't have a penis, didn't have a micro penis. That was really a woman. The female boxer that knocked the shit out of the other one, and she quit.
Oh
Not
yeah.
not what according to the international
Pull it
boxing.
up again. It's changed.
Well, really?
Yep.
Fucking USAID.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
No, apparently not.
There's no nuts at all there. No micro penis, nothing.
I like how you're telling me to pull it up, but Kevin's right fucking there.
genuine
Do you
XX
know? Do you remember
chromosome.
what her name was?
Something Khalif.
Just look up box.
Imain Khalif.
U.S. What is it?
Imain. I don't
And
think
then-
there's an I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you just had it. Algerian boxer, yeah. Yeah, now she's threatening to sue because of all of this.
Kevin, why don't you just type in
Wow.
the rest of it so you can figure it out instead of just finding her?
Is she a male or female? That's a female.
I don't think that would have been the one.
USA
here we
Today
go.
puts a fact checked on it.
DSD Biology and Olympic Boxing. Okay, so yeah, it says despite outcries from anti-trans celebrities and politicians, the International Olympic Committee confirmed Imane Khalif is eligible to compete in women's boxing at the Paris Games.
When is this from? Yeah, when is this from?
This is from
August of 2024.
2024.
This is a long, long time ago.
Yeah, but still,
no, this is before the fucking games. Or actually, I think it was.
Yeah,
just
this is when she failed the gender testing.
Yeah, so now she's
and then
threatening to sue
November
the committee.
5th, Imane Khalif was declared male.
Yeah.
By mint.com.
November 7th. That's a couple days after. Well,
most recent.
Should
Let's
have
look
gone
at that.
down. Stop moving your fucking hand.
He was trying to type in
I know,
recent.
but there's one that said November 7th.
November 5th.
We got November
there was a
5th.
November
That's when they're
7th.
confirmed for
I understand that, but there was a November 7th, which is after that. Go up,
November 6th,
one,
right here,
The Guardian.
November 7th. It takes legal action.
Because this is right after it.
Olympic boxer Imane Khalif takes legal action over male chromosomes claims.
Okay, so did anything come from that? Because this isn't going to say anything. But
doesn't. But they,
so I don't know what you saw.
No, I read it. It's just this is more.
Where'd you read it at? Bullshit.com.
On my phone.
So bullshit.com. You saw it on TikTok.
This individual is in fact a woman, and she's suing because of her defamation.
Where? It doesn't say.
She's
here.
taking legal action, dude.
Where?
Well, that's what this is saying here.
That she took legal action 2 days after she was confirmed.
I am
male.
fully qualified to take part in this competition. I am a woman. I was born a woman. So there you go. That's all I need.
Okay. Wow.
I've lived as a woman. I've competed as a woman. There's no doubt that there are enemies.
That's
of
right.
success.
And Bruce Jenner killed that lady.
All right. I'll find what I
Was it Caitlyn?
I'm not gonna Google like a child over here. Like
I know. I don't know what he types in. It's insane.
Happy
it's
or
fucking
sad?
Insane. Kevin, you should actually type in how to use Google.
This is Wikipedia. Will that work?
No, because I can go in there and type in what I want.
Yeah.
CNN?
Probably not. I don't know.
This is 6 days ago.
6 days ago, so.
She will stand firm following legal action against after winning the Olympic gold.
Okay.
So the legal action's still going on.
Yeah, it doesn't say that
It
she's
doesn't say it's
a woman or a male.
The Algerian, who is a cisgender woman who won the gold women's 66 blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but that's also
There's that ideological
I was going to say
language.
that's also CNN, so CNN could have easily just put that.
So
in
we won't believe it
it
unless it's from one of our sides.
No,
No,
I won't
no,
believe
it's
it until they actually take the test.
Yeah.
Which on this last one,
you want to
was
have your
set-
penis inside of a vagina to believe it.
Tim, the last one said that took a test, and the test was the person was intersexed, and that she had
that's
both.
I think that's what we talked about on the show a while back, and that's
that was
since been proven wrong.
By who? Because all you're not saying anything.
That's the question.
CNN doesn't say where it's
NBC News.
Where does it say proven otherwise?
Yeah, what does it say?
Look, all I ask for is the proof, not just
DNA
what a fucking headline says.
Yeah, exactly. Like you want to see what the DNA test actually said, and
because the last time that we talked about it, there was a DNA test that had proven that this person had
Reddit.
male.
Do we want Reddit or?
Why would Reddit help us?
I don't know.
So we can get opinions from people like us?
GLADD, that's August.
Yeah.
July.
Everything's August.
Well, let's keep going. Because, I read that she was 100% female. And there was no micropenis. Because it eventually got to that, didn't it? They said something about micropenis at one point.
Well, I think people had speculated that.
Yeah.
That was something that I wasn't willing to go, yeah, that's true or not, because what I cared about was the genetic test, because the genetic test will show it. We'll be like, oh, no, it is XY chromosome. I mean, the person looks like a dude you would see from that country.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that.
Now, there's been women in the past that look like that, but usually they're on testosterone. Like, tons of it. Every once in a while, you get just the natural chick that's like looks like fucking either Dolph Lundgren or fucking oh god damn it, what's the other dude's name? The guy that did UFC and was a wrestler. Big motherfucker.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
His daughter looks like a dude. I mean, look, I would never say that to his face.
Yeah, the guy's like a fucking giant Viking.
I'd be turned into a pretzel in a second.
Yeah.
By his daughter. I mean, she's fucking a monster. But I mean, that's the thing though. Like you've seen that from certain people. Like I mean, even Hulk Hogan's daughter looks kind of manly.
Yeah, she definitely has the jaw and everything.
Yeah, the jaw. I mean, she looks more feminine than Brock Lesnar's
Oh, see,
daughter.
okay, here we go. We got medical report reveals boxer Amin Khalif has internal testicles.
Yeah, don't all women?
No,
They're
those are called ovaries. Those are not testicles.
States the boxer has XY chromosomes and a genetic disorder.
What?
So that would be
when
male.
was that? When was that?
This was
5/11/2024.
November 11th.
Yeah,
5/11.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not November.
I'm just making shit up.
But it says, so has male biological characteristics and internal testicles.
Well, yeah, that's why she could punch as hard as Tyson.
Yeah.
I know. I had read something that was all
so they have
debunked,
so
but it was probably Wikipedia.
So Khalif has.
Well, I could do.
So Khalif has a 5-alpha reductase deficiency, a disorder of sexual development that affects exclusively biologically male individuals.
Well, that's not conclusive.
Doesn't tell us anything.
Yeah, not at all.
She looks hot to me.
She's got a disorder only guys have.
Yeah,
and a hairline.
She's got a
It
big clit.
prevents. So this genetic disorder prevents the normal development of the sexual organs. At birth, male babies have a blind vaginal pouch, and due to the lack of proper
Tim still
diagnosis,
has
they
that.
are often assigned a
You're
female
kind of
like
identity.
that, a blind vaginal pouch.
You're kind of a pussy.
I like that a lot. It doesn't discriminate. It's blind.
So it says that the further clinical exam. So it says during adolescence they begin to see signs of masculinization, such as body hair, muscle mass, or absence of breasts and menstruation.
Or the Adam's apple.
Yeah. Further clinical examination usually confirms the diagnosis with the presence of testes in the abdomen, a rudimentary prostate, and the absence of a uterus and ovaries.
And this is what website?
This is boxingmarca.com.
Murica.com.
The leaked medical report of Khalif, as reported by Le Correspondent, revealed that a pelvic MRI showed that she had no uterus and gonads, or testicles, in the inguinal canals, a blind vagina, and a micropenis in the form of a clitoris. It is also noted that the Algerian has an XY karyotype, the complete set of chromosomes of an individual, typical of men. Hormonal exploration also reveals that she has a typical male testosterone level of 14.7, while the female gender does not exceed the maximum level of 3.
That's a bit more.
So, definitely a man, biologically.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Just with a genetic disorder that, hides the testes.
Here's my question on the whole trans in, sports thing. How come you never see trans men competing at a professional level with men?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I can't think of any.
Because there's a fucking difference.
Well, no, I think there was a football player that tried it for like a day.
Yeah, that doesn't. What I'm saying, it doesn't last.
Yeah,
it's not real.
This was a bad idea.
No, do you remember the female kicker that they tried to bring out for college? She
Something
kicked
like
it
that.
12 yards. It was hilarious.
Oh,
They're
no.
trying to do this exposition. Women can do it too, and it's like, no, they can't.
No.
I'm sorry.
There's actual differences between men and
I mean,
women.
look, that's just the way it is. It's
That's just reality.
Yes.
You know,
Reality's
it's
not fair.
No, it's not. And
Look, the reality is that sometimes, you're the fucking caribou, and sometimes you're the bear that eats the caribou.
Yeah, and see, this
the
is
way it works.
This is the problem with these ideologies that want to see everything as completely equal.
Yeah.
It's the fact that reality is just not set up that way.
No, they want equality and equity.
Yes,
They want
equity,
both of those, and that's not how it works.
Now, equality of opportunities
fine.
available for everything, that's great.
Yeah.
But equality of outcome, that's
Look,
totally different. That's equity.
look,
And that's
let's be
always
honest,
ends badly.
people out there that listen to this, even women, when they see a woman pilot, go, "Oh man." I'm just saying.
I can't say I've ever seen a woman pilot. Honestly.
I can't think
I don't
of-
fly often though.
you
No,
know.
I don't fly often enough for that to
No,
really
me
happen.
neither,
but my guess is they even go, you should. You just
I don't
is
know
it
about
Daddy
a pilot, though. I mean, a pilot,
I don't know.
I don't see a pilot being a big issue, honestly.
It's
Because I've seen a female pilot kick some fucking ass on those Red Bull runs.
okay.
She's fucking insane.
But you're also talking about outliers versus like the average.
Yeah, that's
well, again, but
there's always
for me that wouldn't bother me, honestly.
I'm also making a joke, but
Yeah.
fine, go ahead and ruin the fucking joke by going, no, let's go with the super serious part of this.
I didn't know that there was being a joke. I was just saying that wouldn't bother me. Now, seeing a female as a surgeon, yeah, I have a problem with that. I don't want a woman touching me.
Yeah, you're Muslim.
Yeah, it's haram.
Yeah.
Can't have that happen.
You can't be around a woman without your wife in the room.
Yeah, how awkward would that be? For that gender-affirming care that I'm looking for, that'd be really weird.
Well, then you'd be a woman. She can only touch you after the surgery.
That's what I'm saying.
I get it.
That's a tricky moment, isn't
Yeah.
it? At what point during the surgery can she start
Is
working
it when
on
they
me?
cut the dick in half?
When they split it and stuff it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. Kevin, look it up.
Look it up. Look
At
up
what point is
genital
it no longer
mutilation surgeries.
At what point is it no longer haram?
Actually, that's the funny thing about like Iran, because Iran. Remember when that one dude? God, he ran Iran during fucking like Bush's term, but he was like, "Yeah, we don't have any gay people at all in Iran." Well, yeah, it's because what they would do with gay people, they'd be like, "You can either die or you can become a woman." They would just give him sex changes.
Yeah. He's actually Googling it.
See, this
Oh,
says
so Kevin or Tim, you're fine.
once
I've
they
seen you in a
begin
dress.
they begin living consistently as that gender.
Yeah,
it
you've been
says.
in a dress before. It's
So-
haram now.
No,
Or not
but that's
haram.
just it. How do you live consistently as that gender? What's that?
Because you don't even know what that gender is. You're
Sitting
not
down
that.
to pee?
But
I
that.
mean,
but what I'm
that and
my whole point
crying
on this
at,
whole thing
at,
is,
at rom-coms.
Well, I
and,
do that.
and
how would you know what the other gender feels like at all anyway?
That's
You're
what I'm
not
saying.
The other gender.
And that's so bizarre.
Yes.
What an odd thought. The fact that someone say I've been living as this gender for my whole life.
Look, then you can make the argument that Rachel Dolezal is black.
Yeah,
She lived as
She
black
lives
for
as
years.
a black person,
and she
right?
was the
Yeah.
head of the NC. What is it? The
was it
N-
not
NAACP.
I remember
NAACP.
Yeah.
I almost
In
said
Idaho.
NCAA.
She was the head of the
Yeah.
NAACP in Idaho.
Yeah.
Look, Idaho is so white that they had to have a white person as the head of their black.
You know, who was it? The female of the year was a dude.
Yeah, like dudes were killing it that
Yeah,
year.
we had a good year.
All right, we could probably end it with not
Wow,
getting
is
to
it already
anything
at
we
that
got
time?
to.
We didn't cover
That went-
anything.
that
did
went
we?
by
No, we
quick.
didn't.
Holy shit!
Oh.
All right, thank you for listening, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, say stuff. Yell at Kevin. Tell him he's worthless. His mom tells him every night. Goodbye, everybody.
She does.